Again, hello everyone. For those of you who are just coming on, we're going to start the meeting in a minute or two to give more people a chance to come on. The sponsor packet is in the chat for you to download to your computers, which contains all of the information about the convention in Orlando this summer. Okay, we're going to get started. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rob Snow. I am the president of the Governing Council of Mu Alpha Theta. I am also the host of the Orlando Convention, which is going to be held this summer at the Rosen Plaza Hotel, July 6th through the 11th. And so we are going to have these meetings once a month leading up to July, basically for Q&A, for information to be given to all of you early about what the week will entail, so that you have an opportunity to hear more detail on all the math events that are going to go on that week, the theme park information, but mostly we want to inform you so that if you have any specific questions, we can get them answered for you before the final deadlines for all of the information and payments to be made, which is going to be May 1st this year. Um, Joining me tonight is Miss Dana Wade. She is the executive director of Mu Alpha Theta. And so if anyone has any specific questions along the way this evening, please put them in the chat and we will be happy to answer them at the end of the presentation. I am now going to hand it off to Sukurth Goli, who is the president of the student delegates for this year's convention in Orlando, and he and the other officers are going to take you through a PowerPoint presentation about Orlando 2025. Sukurth, take it away.
Yep, just like Mr. Snow said, I'm Sakir. I'm from Florida, and I'm currently the president. So before we start the presentation, all the officers just want to do a quick little introduction since it is our January meeting.
My name is Natalie Larson. Um, I'm vice president. I'm from Region 1, and I'm from Scottsbluff, Nebraska.
My name's Noah Gilreath. I'm from Marion, Indiana, Region 3. I'm the secretary.
Hi, I'm Luke Davis. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm from Region 2, and I'm the parliamentarian.
Perfect. So yeah, now I'm just gonna share the presentation. Can everyone see it? Fine.
Yep, looks good.
All right, perfect. So yeah, this is our national meeting, January 19th, 2025. So what is the National Convention? So basically, the National Convention is from July 6th to July 11th. Most of you probably know what it is, but we just do a lot of math. We have a lot of fun. And I think the most important part is you meet a lot of new people. The information packet is in the bottom left, but that is hard to kind of type out. So Mr. Snow already sent the sponsors guide in the chat. It has everything your sponsor needs to register, the schedule, the excursions. Basically, everything in this presentation is in the sponsors guide. So any questions are most likely in the sponsors guide. And so this year's excursion, the Disney theme parks and Universal Orlando. So Disney theme parks are, I think, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and there's one more. But Mr. Snow, which one is that? There's one more, right? Magic Kingdom, Animal
There are
Kingdom.
four for
Oh,
Disney. We have Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. So if you wanted to go to a Disney park with your school, you would choose one of these four parks. If your school wanted to break up and go to different Disney parks, you certainly can do that as well. But a sponsor or chaperone must be with each student group at each individual park for the choices that you make as a school. So you can all go to one park, or you could spread out amongst the parks, again, as long as the sponsor or chaperone is with each individual group.
Yeah, and then we also have the Universal Orlando Park, and the same thing applies here. You need to have a sponsor with you, and this is just also a super cool theme park with super fun and exciting drops on the roller coasters. You also see all of your favorite Universal characters. So the types of competitions. So at the national convention, obviously the main thing are the math tests. And so there's the individual tests, the three topic tests, the ciphering, the school bowls, also known as the team round, relay and hustle. There's chalk talk, interschool, Gemini, and then speed and mental. So we'll be going over all these types of competitions later in the presentation, and we'll be doing like a little bit more of a deep dive at each slide.
So our individual tests are probably the bulk of the competition. It consists of 30 multiple choice questions where A through D are answers and E is usually none of the above. You'll have 60 minutes per test. You'll get 5 points for a correct answer, one for if you leave it blank, and zero if it's incorrect. If you can eliminate one answer, you probably should guess. And if you eliminate two, then it's in your favor to guess. Ties are broken by the sudden death method. They'll go question by question until someone gets it wrong. Awards are going to be given to the top 20 in each division. And there on the right, you can see an example of a page from the tests. Next slide. So our school bowl is going to consist of top four individuals per division. It's determined by individual enciphering, which we'll go over in a minute. There are 12 open response questions, one at a time, 4 minutes each. The faster you answer the question, the more points you get. If you answer it within the first minute, you'll get 16. The second minute, you'll get 12, and so on. There's a sliding scale, so if nobody gets it right in the first minute, then the point values will shift over. So it'll be 16 in the second minute, 12 in the third, and so on. And awards are given to the top 10 teams in each division. Here's an example question. Slide. Our Gemini is for everyone who is not in the school bowl. So if you're not selected to go to the school bowl, you'll be taking the Gemini test. It consists of 30 questions over 60 minutes, multiple choice, A through D, E is none of the above. Same point scale, 5 for correct, 1 for blank, and 0 for incorrect. Ties are also broken by the sudden death method. Teams are going to be made up of students from the same school, unless there's an odd number, in which case they'll pair up with a different school. And awards are going to be given to the top 10 teams in each division with a limit of 1 per school. Next slide. Speed and mentor are a little bit different. For speed, you'll have 25 questions where free response. You'll have 15 minutes. Exact answers are always required. 1 point for a correct answer, 0 for incorrect or blank, and awards are given to the top 10 students and sponsor. For mental, you'll have 40 questions, free response as well, 8 minutes. You're not allowed to write anything down on the paper or you'll be disqualified. You must use a blue or black pen, and all you can write down is your answer. You'll get 5 points for a correct answer, 1 for blank, and 0 for incorrect. Awards are given to top 10 students and sponsors. So you're allowed to have 3 student participants for each division, or yeah, for speed and mental, and then you can have unlimited sponsors in both of those.
Yeah, and just to clarify, you can have 3 student participants in speed and another 3 in mental. It's not 3 combined.
Yeah.
All right, so the topic test, there are 30 questions. Multiple choice is A through D, and E is none of the above. So you'll have 60 minutes for each test, 5 points for correct answers, 1 for blank, 0 for incorrect. We recommend you guess if you can eliminate answer choices. Ties will be broken by sudden death method. Awards will be given to the top 15 each division. And then in the bottom right, you'll see the options for different T's theta, A's alpha, M's for mu, and then O is for any of them, any division. Next slide. So ciphering is 12 open response questions with 1 at a time. You'll have 3 minutes for each. The faster you answer, the more points you can get. A sliding scale will be used. Awards will be given to the top 20 in each division, and that is an example question. Next slide. Okay, so for Hustle, there will be 6 team members, 2 of which are graders, 5 rounds, and 5 minutes in each round. 125 questions divided by topic. The topics are geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, calculus, and statistics, and points awarded based on round submitted. Relay is 3 team members, 1 from each division, 9 rounds with 3 questions in each. Points based on the time submitted, bonus points for getting all parts correct, and you will be working together. However, you will not be able to communicate with your teammates. Next slide. So Chalk Talk, these are 7-minute speeches given on a specific topic. For this year, for Theta is math and movies, Alpha is math in Universal Orlando, and Mu is in math in Walt Disney World. One presenter per school per division. Prelims before the convention online. The top 10 will perform live at nationals. You must submit a 3x5 note card with sources. Then you'll be allowed a 3x5 note card with notes while you present. Awards will be given to the top 10 teams in each division, and students will be writing on whiteboards. Next.
Okay, connecting with us. From U Alpha Theta, we have Discord and an Instagram, which you can access using the QR codes. Just scanning them. Next. On Monday, the 7th, we have a 2-hour period from 4 to 6 where we'll be having game night, and we are looking for suggestions for activities to do. So scanning the QR code leads to a survey, and you can enter in any of your suggestions or activities that you would want to see at the convention.
So yeah, just a little bit of like addition to this. So our like for delegates for this year, this is probably our main goal of the year, as the game night is 2 hours long in the big room, and we can do like anything that we want that's realistic. So it does seem like a lot of fun, a lot of potential to socialize with other students and meet a lot of new people. But we do need some ideas that we can do during this game night. So yeah, please make sure to fill out the form if you have any ideas or any fun activities that you think could work at the national convention.
Okay, for our National Delegate Assembly, we have one representative for every school, each region. It's separated by each region, so each region has a table, and every day at the lunches, well, for Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we have 3 lunches this year. You will discuss with other people from your region, talk about changing bylaws, elections, for your region and for overall. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to ask now.
You can put those questions in the chat, or you can turn your mic on and ask them directly. Completely up to you. Again, for those of you who are here, we want to answer your questions about anything you want to know about during the week, the math, the theme parks, et cetera, et cetera. We want to keep you as informed as possible leading up to the convention in July. So we are here. Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, feel free to ask any questions about anything related to the national convention or delegates in general. If you have any bylaws you think that you want to change, it's better to start brainstorming during these national delegate meetings. So yeah, any questions at all. And also just one more thing to add is food during the national convention. So every school is getting a code for Papa John's, and so the schools can use the code 1 time per day, and this code allows a school to get 50% off of Papa John's pizza, wings, etc., the other food they have. So it's like once per day. It's kind of like dinner because sometimes the national convention doesn't give us the best food, but yeah, 50% off the food once per day.
I have a question.
Mhm.
For game night ideas, I understand that they don't necessarily have to be like math oriented, but are we looking for like puzzly activities, ones that include math? Like, have you
It
guys got
does.
any ideas currently?
We have some basic ideas. Again, this is why we need the students and sponsors for the schools that are attending to provide those ideas. This is not a math-based 2-hour period. They can certainly involve math, but they do not have to involve math. One that was going around, of course, was you brought up puzzles. Puzzles is great. Chess, checkers, board games. Some students enjoy that aspect in their everyday life. We just want ideas so that every student finds an area basically to come together with something in common to again meet people from outside your school, from outside your state. So you know your school well, you know other schools in your state well. We want you to use this time to get to know everyone from around the country through a common activity. And so we need as many common activities as possible that the students would like to engage in that 2 hour window. It is completely your time, and it does not have to be math related if you don't want it to be. It certainly can, but it doesn't have to. And so when you fill out that form, just shoot out any ideas that you would like us to consider. And we certainly will, because again, this is a very large ballroom, and we are easily able to break up the ballroom into smaller rooms for groups to come together in a variety of game and overall activities.
Yeah, the main goal of this game night is like the socialization aspect. And so this doesn't have to be through math. While it can be through a math game, that's definitely not like a prereq for the game night. The main thing is that we want to socialize with other people from all over the country. Um, let's see. Yeah, I can send the link to the sponsors packet.
I'm doing it now too,
All right,
putting it
perfect.
again. It's possible that people who are not on the meeting yet don't have access to it. So I'm putting it out
Yeah, so
right
any
now.
other questions? Yeah, I'll send the link to that to the game night form. See.
Yeah, if you could go back to that slide on the PowerPoint, Kurt, and then they could take a picture of it quickly with their phone.
Oh yeah, it's also in the chat, but yeah, I'll go back to the slide then.
And I just uploaded the National Convention packet again for those who asked. If you still can't access it, I'm going to put my email in the chat, and you can certainly send me an email, and I can easily send it to you that way as well.
Yeah, and here's the game night
And
form.
so let's see if there was something else. Can you put the link to the game night? We did that. Okay. So again, that's my email. I read many, many, many emails a day and have no problem answering your specific questions about Orlando anytime you would like. Again, we're going to have these meetings once a month leading up to July. Again, to keep you informed, because we want everybody across the country to attend, to know fully what's going on, and to be ready to go in every way so that you have a fun week while you're experiencing the math and the socializing and the theme parks in the Orlando area. We want you to have a fun week from the experience so that you continue to come in future years as well. Were there any other questions out there about anything at all?
And just one last thing to add. Please make sure to join the Discord, because that's like our main way of communicating these meetings, etc. And also I'll be sending like the links to the game night, any ideas, and any updates with the national delegates will be going through the Discord. So that's definitely a super important method for communication. So please make sure to join that.
Also, each month, your sponsor gets a newsletter in their email with the Zoom information for the next meeting. So, one thing I'm going to do at this time is put the dates in for future meetings. And again, it will occur by Zoom at 6 p.m. Eastern Time each month until we come up to the last meeting in June. Of course, the meetings in May and June will probably only be the schools who are signed up to go because again, the deadline is May 1st for payments, forms, everything to be turned in. So it's very important that your sponsor fill out everything on time and pay the bills on time so that you are ready to go in every way for the summer's convention.
Yeah, and just someone asked if I'll be sharing the slides in the Discord. I'll be sharing the slides in the Discord, And I'll also be putting the recording of this meeting in the Discord as well, just
And
for easy
this,
access.
yes, this meeting is being recorded and will be put on the national um, YouTube as well for anybody to view in the future. And we will continue to do that each month leading up to the final meeting in June um, as we move forward. And so again, I've typed in all the dates. I'm putting them in the chat. Those are all on Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And again, if you want to get the link, please talk to your sponsor because each month before these dates, they will be getting a newsletter in their email with the Zoom link information for you to come and watch if you'd like each month as we move forward. Yeah, if you have a suggestion for game night, please put it in the Google form so the delegates have all of the ideas in front of them. And what we're going to do individually, myself and the delegates, as we move forward, is discuss these ideas and basically lock in as many as we can. Because again, with a room that large, we could have 10 or 15 different groupings throughout the space for you to do what you would like to do. We want as many ideas as possible so that the students enjoy this time, again, socializing with common themes that they would like to do and they like to do in their daily life. So it gives a start for conversation with people you don't know very well to make new friendships throughout the week. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. So thank you all for coming. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in the months to come in these future meetings. And again, encourage your friends at your school, at other schools to attend these meetings, because the more information you know, the better off you will be for preparation for the convention in Orlando. When do the state delegate applications open up? The way that works is your sponsor is going to assign you when you register online at the Mu Theta website. Your sponsor will put your name in to the registration that you are representing that school. You will then go to lunch on Monday afternoon and you will sit at a table with other students from your region, which encompasses many states. There are 4 regions for the 50 states. So every table is going to have probably, I'd say, 6 to 15 members, depending on how many schools attend from each region. And so on Monday, what you're going to do is basically get to know each other from each individual region, from each of the 4 regions. On Tuesday, if you wish to run for an officer position for your region, there is going to be a form that you and your sponsor sign and then bring to the delegate meetings to turn in. That way we know that you would like to run for a delegate position for 2026. Because in order to be an officer, you have got to go to the convention next summer in Frisco, Texas. So you have to be an underclassman to run for delegate office. You cannot be a senior because, of course, you'll be in college next school year. So that form will be coming out in the months to come. You will fill it out. You and your sponsor will sign it. You'll bring it to the delegate meeting, and then we'll know that you wish to run. This is for nationals. As far as states goes, for the state of Florida, that application will be coming out probably in March,
Yeah, it comes
maybe
out.
late February, early March, because our convention this year for state Florida is April 3rd through 6th. It's coming up very quickly. And so Sukurth will get that out to the Florida people, I would say end of February, beginning of March, for you to fill out and again apply and take it from there.
Yeah, you'll definitely have at least like a couple of weeks to fill out the form. So
Are the school rules still the same for running for office? That's a school question. Every school is different. For example, at Deerfield, if one of my students wants to run, I fill out the paperwork necessary and that student runs. Other schools may have more stringent rules. And so that is a question for your sponsor as far as that process of school rules running for office, because every school has different procedures. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? You can certainly say them out loud. You can put them in the chat. Entirely up to you. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you all again next month, and have a good evening.